Hello there, excuse me, and welcome to another talk. And today's talk is called There's No Form Within Absolute Nothing. Excuse me, and there is absolutely no form, and this is something that mainstream science can back up. They can. We know now that everything is energy that's non-physical. But what I'm going into today is the source is nothing, right? They even have technology. I watched a science documentary a few years ago, and in this documentary, it mentioned that they have technology that can go back to the Big Bang. And so we know the Big Bang was real, and that at some point there was nothing. But without the Big Bang, of course, everything at some point you have to have a nothing. You have to have non-existence. You see, you have to have nothing, absolute nothingness at some point. And so it's still that. If there's nothing once, there's nothing now. And no one can define what nothingness is, because as soon as you put definition on it, you've put your own idea of what it is, but it isn't anything. It's that which cannot be defined. And so, you can't define nothingness, and as everything arises from nothing, it means that everyone is the nothing. It means that you're the one infinite nothingness of all existence in an illusory separate experience, which isn't real, because you're nothing. But like I say, the problem is that you cannot define what nothing is. You see? It cannot be defined. Because like I say, as soon as you put definition on it, that's your own imagination. You see? And because no one can put a definition on it, it's complete non-existence. And as you're that, it means that you're non-existence. It means, like the sound in this music, it's silence appearing as music. Music appearing as silence, but the dual is one, then the dual is nothing. And nothing cannot be defined. So it's complete nonsensical. You see, it doesn't make any sense. And there's no reason for it to even, for this to even be, this moment to be. And this moment cannot be defined. You see, when you put labels on it, you're trying to box the experience. You see, and this is what people do. This is what human beings do. They try to put something in a box. They do this with mental health. But if nothingness cannot be defined and you're the nothing, then you cannot be defined. Remember, a person's definition, what is that person's definition if they themselves aren't real? If they don't exist? And people say, oh, it's a dream. But the dream is that it's a dream. That's the dream right there. There's nothing. And that cannot be defined. It's silence appearing as music, and music appearing as silence. They are the same. It's the non-existence, though, that I think presents the apparent illusion of existence. But yeah, there's absolutely no form within absolute nothing. There's actually not a nothing within a nothing. Like I keep repeating, this it cannot be defined as anything. And when you go deep into that, or meditate deep into that, it's all, you realize it's one thing, one nothing. And it's just awareness. You see? And because it's infinite, it can produce anything. It just produces illusions, illusory dreams that aren't real. You see? And what we're seeing just now with, well, I can't say it, I'll get my video taken down. It's, the reason sheep will act like that is because they're not aware that they don't exist. They're not aware that that it's all made up. It's all an illusory hoax, dream, imagination. The people don't exist. The separation doesn't exist. You don't exist. The sounds aren't real. There's not anything. And in your mind, once you try to think of what an anything or nothing is, you've defined it, and that's when the illusion happens. And that is the illusory projection of reality. As soon as you try to say it's a this or a that, that's when the illusion is. And what is apparent, that's also a dream. Because apparent is made up by your own imagination. And there is no mind, there is no nothing. There's nothing. And don't try and define it, like I keep repeating, because you then getting a real problem, a rut of defining it, therefore that's your mind, and your mind doesn't exist, so nothing exists. And as soon as you think what non-existence is, you've created an existence. So you can't define it. Therefore it's absolute insanity to try to define anything. It's just absolute no form nothingness, appearing apparently as what you imagine it to be. Like what Steve Jobs said, everything is made up by people that are no more smarter than you. But there's no Steve Jobs. But there's a substance that apparently, well, apparent, that's a dream as well, but there's a substance that that is manifest in life. Call it love, call it whatever you want. But that substance is infinite, and that's ultimately what you are. You're this absolute non-existent substance that is conscious, a conscious creator. You are that. That's the true self. The true self is accessed when you realize there's actually no self. Just an endless stream of nothing, non-existence. You see, I said that all my talks are like meditations. But this is how I talk in my daily life. I'm like this all the time. I say I'm, there is no I'm, there is no Sean, there is no me. There's not even anything. And like I keep repeating, if I think what that is, that's my illusory imagination. At some point that took place. At some point there was nothing, Big Bang, and then illusory imaginations taking place. It's just a cosmic accident. And it has no reason for happening. This has no reason to happen if it once was nothing. You see? As soon as you have a something from nothing, there's all this apparent stuff going on. But that's illusory dreams and illusions. From the something happening from the nothing. And it infinitely is happening because nothingness is all of infinity. That's what law of one means. It means you're all of the infinity. You're that. Apparently, but again, that's an illusion also. So it's true. There's no form within nothing. There's actually no truths either, because truth is something that you've made up. There's no truth because there's non-existence. There's nothing. But that's when the magic appears. So in this, let go of the self. The self is the thing that's making you depressed. Understand, there is no the you that's depressed. You're receiving thoughts in the experience, the dream, the illusion, and thinking that they're yours, but you don't even think your thoughts, you receive your thoughts. No one ever thinks their thoughts. That's why there's no such thing as free will. Even if you think of even if you're not thinking, you're not choosing to do that experience. It has no reason for happening. Because it's nothing. And that nothing is everyness. if there is such word. You know, words are made up, words are spells, that's why they teach the children to spell. But again, the children, the experience, it's all an illusion. But I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates, talks, news, research and songs, please do visit my website at www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you.